Dewald Brevis is the talk of the town at the moment. There is so much being spoken about him, especially after that century that he got in the T20 International against Australia. In fact, he became the first South African to score a century against Australia in Australia. He's been snapped up by the Chennai Super Kings in the IPL, but there is something about that I need to get your attention to, and that is courtesy Ravichandran Ashwin that we now know. How is it that CSK actually managed to go ahead and sign this prodigious talent from South Africa? We heard from AB de Villiers a couple of days back. He wondered how is it that the other IPL franchises did not seize the opportunity, and CSK probably have a gem in Dewald Brevis. But there is something about what was happening in the background that we didn't know till now. There is a rule as well that you need to understand. That's rule 6.6 of the IPL. I'll come to that in just a bit. But let me tell you what is it that Ravichandran Ashwin has now told us. Ashwin has said that yes, there was a lot of attention, lot of franchises wanted to sign Dewald Brevis, but CSK managed to pip the other franchises because they were willing to pay him more. Now, when he says that they were willing to pay him more, this is where we need to understand a couple of things. To begin with, 75 lakh was the base price for Dewald Brevis. He was signed as a replacement player for Gurjapneet Singh, who was signed by the franchise for 2.2 crore. Now, there were other franchises that were also looking at signing replacement players, but CSK were willing to give him more money. This is when the negotiation happened between his agent and the concerned franchise. In this case, it is the Chennai Super Kings. And in that negotiation process, it's the CSK that were more intent on paying him more money. So not just 75 lakh, they went ahead and paid him 2.2 crore. That's a huge jump if your base price is 75 lakh, and this is as a player and as the agent as well. This was what exactly was their negotiation as well. This is what their lookout was well. So not other franchises were looking at that kind of value in Dewald Brevis as CSK did. But what is the rule with regard to signing replacement player, and how much money can you really go ahead and offer to a replacement player, which Dewald Brevis was in this case? Let's take a look at rule 6.6 of the IPL. So rule 6.6 of the IPL goes ahead and says that a replacement player signed pursuant to either paragraph 6.1 or 6.2 can be recruited at a league fee which shall not be more than the league fee that would have been payable to the injured or unavailable player for the relevant season. Now that clearly means that while you can go ahead and sign a player for a lesser amount, you cannot go ahead and give more money than that stipulated amount. In this case, 2.2 crore was the ceiling, and that's exactly the price for which Dewald Brevis was ultimately signed by the Chennai Super Kings. So they saw that worth in him that the other franchises did not, and they probably struck gold, as AB de Villiers has said.